NASCAR's Busch Clash has long been a staple of the sport. It initially served as an exciting precursor to the Daytona 500. However, in recent years, the event has undergone a radical transformation, moving away from its traditional home at Daytona International Speedway to a temporary track inside the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum. While the move was intended to bring new excitement and attract a younger, urban audience, it's been met with a lot of criticism from longtime fans. Many believe that NASCAR should instead just take it to Bowman Gray Stadium, a historic short track with deep ties to the sport, as a more fitting venue for the Clash. Bowman Gray Stadium is located in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. It's one of the most storied short tracks in all of NASCAR history. It opened in 1937, and the stadium originally served as a football venue before being transformed into a racetrack in 1949. That same year, it hosted its first NASCAR-sanctioned race, making it one of the oldest venues in the sport's history. The stadium quickly became known for its tight quarter-mile layout, aggressive driving, and passionate fan base. Nicknamed the Madhouse, Bowman Gray has played host to some of NASCAR's greatest drivers, including Richard Petty, Glenn Wood, and Junior Johnson. Despite being removed from NASCAR's Cup Series schedule in the early years of the sport, Bowman Gray has remained a beloved grassroots venue, serving as a proving ground for up-and-coming talent and a battleground for local racing rivalries. Its rich history and legendary reputation make it a prime candidate for hosting a high-profile exhibition like the Clash. The Busch Clash was originally introduced in 1979, and it was conceived as a way to showcase NASCAR's top talent before the start of the regular season. Traditionally held at Daytona International Speedway, the race was a sprint-style event featuring pole winners and past Clash champions. The event became synonymous with a thrilling pack racing on Daytona's high banks and served as an appetizer for Speedweeks leading into the Daytona 500. However, in 2022, NASCAR made the controversial decision to relocate the Clash to the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum, constructing a temporary quarter-mile track inside the historic football stadium. The move was seen as an effort to attract new fans in a major metropolitan area with hopes of expanding the sport's reach. While the novelty of the event initially drew intrigue, its legitimacy as a true NASCAR race was questioned by purists, and given the artificial nature of the track, the lack of historical significance in the region, it fizzled out. One of the prime criticisms of moving the Clash to Los Angeles is the track itself, or lack thereof. It's a temporary layout inside the Coliseum, and it's significantly different from traditional superspeedway format that defined this event for decades. While short track racing is beloved by an aspect of NASCAR, the makeshift design of the Coliseum track leads to tight, bumper-to-bumper racing that often feels more like a demolition derby than an actual competitive exhibition. Another major issue is the event's disconnect from the traditional NASCAR fan base. While Los Angeles is a massive market, it lacks the deep-rooted NASCAR culture found in the Southeast and Midwest. The Clash, once an integral part of Daytona Speedweeks, now feels isolated from the excitement surrounding the season opener. Given that the event does not count for championship points, many really question whether it's worth the effort and the expense to build a temporary track in a location that lacks a strong NASCAR presence. Moving the Clash to Bowman Gray Stadium would solve many of the issues that have arisen with its relocation to Los Angeles. Unlike the Coliseum, Bowman Gray is a permanent, established short track with a proven history of delivering thrilling races. Its quarter-mile layout is perfect for the type of close-quarter action that NASCAR hoped to achieve in Los Angeles, but with the added benefit of being an authentic racing environment. Additionally, Bowman Gray's location in North Carolina places the event in the heart of NASCAR country. The Carolinas are home to many of NASCAR's teams, drivers, fans, and it just makes a much more natural setting for a high-profile exhibition event. The stadium's intimate setting and passionate fan base would create an electric atmosphere, reminiscent of the classic NASCAR short track battles. Not to mention, hosting the Clash at Bowman Gray would reinforce NASCAR's commitment to its roots. The sport has faced criticism for moving away from its traditional tracks and the fan base in an effort to attract new audiences. While expanding the sport's reach is important, NASCAR must also honor its heritage. Bringing the Clash to Bowman Gray would be a symbolic return to grassroots racing that made the sport great in the first place. While the idea of taking NASCAR to new markets is commendable, the relocation of the Clash to Los Angeles has not been the resounding success that some had hoped for. The event feels disconnected from the heart of NASCAR, and the temporary track inside the Coliseum has failed to provide the type of racing experience that fans expect. By moving the Clash to Bowman Gray Stadium, NASCAR would not only be bringing the event back to its roots, but also provide a more authentic and competitive racing environment. The Madhouse is the perfect venue to host a preseason exhibition race, offering history, excitement, and a passionate fan base that would make the Clash feel truly special again.